Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is September the 17th, Thursday, September the 17th, the year of our Lord 2020. We just greet you this morning as we give a few minutes to give an opportunity for those who are clicking on to get on. We are working on wisdom in our session this morning. Proverbs chapter 1, and we're dealing with verses 20 through 33. And this is one of the subjects that the wise man Solomon uh, gives us and brings us to. And if we can comprehend it and come to it, it'll be a multiplied blessing in our lives. It will be a blessing of just multiplied proportions. So this morning we invite you, we encourage you, we appreciate your tuning in. And if you don't get a chance to tune in, of course, live while we're doing it, all of our lessons are posted on the Facebook Ecclesia Delaware. Facebook Ecclesia Delaware, EKKLESIA DELAWARE. And so we want you to go back. We've done some real good ones recently, and one of them is called Killing It, getting rid of the stuff that keeps God from being able to take his divine hands and shape our lives to cause us to be in keeping or in coordination with his total, marvelous, wonderful creation. And then we did one on roots recently. And of course, those ones that we do on Sunday mornings, we do a review and an enhancement on Wednesday mornings. So you get a chance to see that twice. We also want you to know that if you have questions or comments, please feel free to put them forth. You can send them directly to us. I think you can send them privately, even if you want, and I will get it. And for every Bible question, I will do my very best to give you a good, solid, in context Bible answer. So this is just the place you want to be. If we're people who are searching and learning original New Testament Christianity. So many things have come along over the years. We've had so many changes and modifications that have come, that have evolved since the Lord gave these commands and since the apostles went out with the Great Commission into the world. So we like to go back and find the things that were original. And when we find the things that are original, that's the pure gospel that we need to adhere to, not necessarily just modern inventions and modern changes. And 2,000 years, a whole lot of change can take place. But when it comes to the principles of the gospel, they are timeless. And if we change them, then we're diluting something that we surely should understand, and we surely should apply in order to get the full impact of what the Lord had in mind when he sent the apostles out. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Proverbs chapter 1, and we're going to be looking at verses 20 through 33. Now here Solomon says, wisdom goes about or shouts in the streets. Now, wisdom is the application of knowledge. Wisdom is the using of knowledge in a way that it brings about the benefit that you desire to have. You may have the knowledge that 1 + 1 = 2, and then you go to the store and you buy 2 pieces of dollar candy, and used to be penny candy, but dollar candy. And you know that it's just applying the knowledge that you have. So he says, wisdom. And then Solomon says, wisdom shouts out in the streets. In the public square, she raises her voice. Everywhere, all around us, we can hear and we can see wisdom. And the challenge is not so much to find wisdom, because wisdom is out there. Wisdom is looking for you. Wisdom is searching for you. Wisdom is reaching out, and he says she is raising her voice in the public square. But the challenge is that we must desire wisdom. Many times when it comes to wisdom, we're looking for something. Well, we're not really looking for wisdom. We're looking for something that pleases us. We're looking for something that's satisfactory. We're looking for something that just sort of soothes our egos or soothes our lusts or whatever. And we use that rather than looking for wisdom. So Solomon says, above the noisy crowd, she calls out. At the entrances of the gate, she has her say. And then he begins to say some things that wisdom says. How long will you clueless people love your naivety? Mockers hold their mocking dear, and fools hate knowledge. Wisdom. He says people love naivety. That's just being naive. And he says they're clueless. And we see that in our world today, all around us. And, we're just living right now in a time when the political wars are raging, and soon it looks like the physical wars are going to be raging. And wisdom is just not anything anybody is even thinking about. We want to be pleased. We want to have our egos rubbed. We want to have our pride enhanced. We want all of these other things, but we're not really all that concerned about wisdom. And so, he says, you clueless people love naivety. Mockers hold their mocking dear. Nothing new about this stuff. Look around. Look at what's happening in politics. Look at what's happening in education. Look at what's happening around us. And he says, clueless people. We're looking at situations where even our top leadership will tell us one thing at 9 o'clock, contradict it at 10 o'clock, and then contradict both of them at 11 o'clock. And clueless people are just hanging on and just, I'll be honest, I don't want nobody to lie to me all the time. When I meet a compulsive liar, I might have compassion on him, but I really don't want to hear what he has to say. It doesn't make any difference because it's all lies. And he says, but clueless people love being naive. Our egos are being rubbed. Our pride is being enhanced. Sometimes our money coffers are being filled. And we just love the naivety. And then he says, mockers hold their mocking dear. It's just dear to them. Just talking junk, talking smack, is just dear to them. And they think because they're talking smack, that makes it right and that makes it work. And that's absolutely untrue. At some point in time, when you get ready to make sound decisions, you have to deal with reality. You have to deal with truth. You have to deal with hard facts. Many times things you don't like. You don't need people holding hard truths from you because they don't want you to overreact, or they don't want you to be upset. Man, if my house is on fire, upset me. I mean, wake me up. Yeah, and tell me the truth. And I really don't, the mocking and he says, fools, fools are will be mocking people. And so he says, but they love that. They love that, and they hold it dear to their hearts. And wisdom is standing out there crying out, and they just don't want wisdom. You want to be a child of God, you got to let the world go whatever way they want to. And you need to hold on to wisdom. You need to hold on to the Word of God and the application of those principles that He gives us. And so he goes on, and he says, you should, in verse 23, you should respond when I correct you. He said, I'll pour out my spirit on you. I'll reveal my words to you. Wisdom is right around. Wisdom is just telling you. He's giving you words of wisdom. And but he says, fools aren't interested in that. He says, I invited you, and you rejected me. I stretched out my hand to you, but you paid no attention. That's wisdom. The world really isn't given to wisdom. Well, I don't think anybody's given to wisdom. You just have to be determined to get it. Some things just don't come your way. Some things aren't automatic. Some things require a definite, specific effort in order to attain. And the person who isn't set his heart and mind on getting wisdom will never get it, even though it's all around them. You have to understand, I want wisdom more than I want my ego massage. I want wisdom more than I want my pride enhanced. I want wisdom more than I want to get some immediate money coming in my hands. I want wisdom more. I want wisdom over all of these things. God promised Solomon wisdom. And Solomon, God said, what do you want? I can give you what you want. He said, wisdom. Okay, I think I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. Some kind of technical something that I don't even understand. Okay? God gave Solomon wisdom. And when Solomon had wisdom, he could get everything else that he wanted. And but see, the thing about it is, God may not give you that special gift of wisdom. And Solomon, by the way, you got to realize that when Solomon got wisdom, that's because that's what he was seeking. God said, I'll give you whatever you want. He could have asked for a new Maserati. This is God. I know it was way back then. God could have made a Maserati. Wouldn't have been any problem to him. He could have asked for money. He could have asked for fame. He could have asked for anything that he wanted. He could have asked for a big house. He could have asked for anything that he wanted. And he chose to ask God for wisdom. And the people who get wisdom are the people who seek wisdom, and seek wisdom over and above all other things around in the world, material things and fame and fortune and all of those kinds of things. The ones who get wisdom are the ones who seek wisdom. Now, God may not give you that great gift of wisdom. But you know what? That doesn't mean that you can't have it. God may not give it to you directly, but that doesn't mean that you can't have it. Because if you want to benefit from wisdom, all you have to do is follow the instruction of the wise one. Just do what he tells you. Okay? I know we don't like to be told what to do. But just do what he tells you. And if you do what he tells you, you can get the same outcome that he gets. You know, the man who makes an automobile can tell you how to drive an automobile. And when he tells you how to drive an automobile, you have all the same benefits of an automobile as the man who can make an automobile. Am I getting there? When he tells you, and all you have to do is get in, turn on the switch, you know, the gas and the brake and the shift lever and the steering wheel, and you have all the benefits of the wise man who can make an automobile. And again, a microwave oven. Hardly anybody I know knows how microwaves work. You don't know. You got all these prejudices and stuff, and you're worried about whether or not you got aluminum foil near the microwave. And I've seen people cover the thing up with aluminum foil and stand back on the other side of the room. It's and we know very little about microwaves and how they work and how they heat the food. But the man who has all that wisdom and all that knowledge, once he tells you to take it out of the box, set it on the counter, plug it in, set it on 3, put your food in, push the button, your food heats up just as quick as his does. And he got all the knowledge and you don't know anything. So that's the way wisdom is. God doesn't have to bless you directly with wisdom. All you have to do is open up these proverbs, these wise sayings, and apply them to your life, and you can have the same benefit or the same effect or the same blessings that the person who does have Solomon does, who does have the special gift of wisdom. Okay? And so, wisdom, just desire wisdom more than gold, desire wisdom more than money, desire wisdom more than a car, desire wisdom more than immediate sexual gratification. Desire wisdom over everything. And if you desire wisdom over everything and you seek it, here it is. He puts it here in these 31 chapters, and we're just on chapter 1. He puts it here in these 31 chapters. And what happens is that when you follow his instructions, just like the microwave guy, and instructions ain't all that complicated. Take it out of the box, set it on the counter, plug it in, put your food inside of it, and set it on 3 and push the button. And you can learn that in 5 minutes. It took him many, many years studying and researching and whatnot to learn microwaves and how they work and all that kind of stuff. But if you just follow his instructions, your food will warm up just as quick as his will. And that's why we need to get in the Proverbs. Follow the wise man Solomon's instructions. The first thing he told you to do that he's going to repeat over and over and over again is to learn how to listen. Learn how to hear. Every time he comes up on one of these subjects, he comes with the admonition of listening, and treating knowledge and wisdom with the utmost respect. And he says, wear it. You know how you wear jewelry? You only wear jewelry. Sometimes you got a little gold choker chain. Sometimes it's a bracelet or some diamond earring, sisters, or whatever. And you just wear them, and you wear them because there's no practical reason for wearing jewelry. It's just a display. It's just something. It's a decoration. It's something just to enhance your appearance. It's something just to, and sometimes when you put on jewelry, it just makes you feel good, And And he says, wear wisdom like that. Just wear it like that. Jewelry's for everybody to see. It's, it doesn't make you any healthier, no taller, no shorter. No, it's just for everybody to see. And he says, wear it like that. Wear wisdom like that. And he says, when you do, life is going to be so much better for you. And then he says, when it comes to wisdom, remember what he says. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Now that's not fear like, run because, you saw a skunk come out the bushes. I'm country, yeah. But that's fear like reverential respect. People who don't have a reverential respect for God are lost people and are very, 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 very foolish. And you don't have to know all the Bible to have a reverential respect. It helps to be all into the scriptures, and you need to be. But even if you aren't, even if you're just getting to the point where you're considering it, all you have to do to have a reverential respect is exercise your five senses. Taste God's food. See God's creation. This stuff ain't rocket science. This is just wonderful, magnificent wisdom of God. And then when you understand God put you here for a purpose and designed you to fulfill that purpose and made you in his own image to get you ready for that purpose, then we understand that the fear of God is the beginning. The beginning. All right? We grow up nowadays, we're not really taught to fear anybody, anything. We don't have no respect for nobody. But when you have the fear of God, you'll learn to have a lot of respect for everybody. Every person is God's creation. Every person is physically God's child. And you can't disregard God's children without disregarding their maker. Don't think you're going to be disrespectful to people and respectful to God. Don't think you're going to look down on people and look up to God, because that's just a contradictory. That's just contradictory behavior. All right? So he says, the individuals who he's talking about here, he says they hated knowledge and didn't choose the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord, the reverential respect for God is something you have to choose. It's not coming automatically. It's not going to fall down on you. It's not going to come by some miraculous manifestation of the Holy Ghost and all this kind of stuff. You got to sit down and make a choice. And somebody says, I ain't ready. Yes, you are ready. All you have to do is make a choice. You don't have to wait till it comes to you. God gonna tell me when time. Time is now. You got to make a choice. All right? They didn't choose. They hated knowledge, didn't choose the fear of the Lord. And wisdom says they didn't even want my advice. They didn't want me telling them what to do. Wisdom says, these people, yeah. All right? They rejected all my corrections. And then wisdom says something else. And this is hard to really grasp. But this is the way wisdom works. And he says in verse 26, when you don't want me to correct you, See, wisdom, that's one reason why we don't want wisdom, because wisdom corrects you. Wisdom tells you you're wrong and you need to change this thing and do right. And he says, you don't want me to correct you. He then says, I will laugh at your disaster. I'll make fun of you when your dread comes over you. That's wisdom. Wisdom says, I'll laugh at your disaster. I keep telling you what to do and you keep ignoring me. You keep hating wisdom. You are just asking for all kinds of trouble. And wisdom says, when trouble comes, I ain't running there and pull you out. I try to tell you. I will laugh at your calamity. I'll laugh at your disaster. And then he goes on down in the latter verses, and he says, the immature will die, verse 32, the immature will die because they turn away. Smugness will destroy fools. Fools are headed for destruction. I dare say most, or a large portion anyhow, of the young people of our day, they don't even expect to live until the day they're 30. They don't expect to live to the age of 30, 25 or 30. They know the track that they're on is destructive. But somehow or another, they just can't find it in themselves to come to wisdom and say, wisdom, correct me, please. The great prophet of God, Jeremiah, once said, the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walks to direct his steps. And then he cried out, O Lord, O Lord, correct me. God bless you. God keep you. Wear your mask, wash your hands, get some vitamins. Take some vitamins, get your immune system up. Get up and exercise. Do not go sit down and let your body drift away. Get up and exercise. I want to tell you right now, you see all kind of crazy stuff going on from the president to all the way down to the bottom. And they're talking all this junk about the virus and it's going to go away, it's going to disappear. Look, you get yourself a mask and you do the things you know that will work. You filter that air that you're taking in, you do the things you know that'll work. And God bless you. God keep you. Talbot Gwynn this morning. I'll be back again on Sunday morning, Lord's Day morning. And we hope you tune in. Live feed of our lesson. We don't give the whole worship service, but we live feed our lesson. And our lesson will start at approximately 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. God bless you. God keep you. Be safe and do those things that are right. Seek after wisdom. Get rid of your own ideas and let God direct you.